What's going on, guys? We're back in Oblivion Remastered and we are doing a Death Knight build or a Black Knight build, however you want to call it. So I did the Shivering Isles quest line with this character. I wanted to stop with the Duke of Dementia for role-playing reasons, but I needed the achievement on Steam, so we went ahead and finished it up. So as always, we'll start out with the gear first and then go to the stats. For what I'm wearing, I have just a shield ring, which that we may replace later on. May go do some enchanting in Cyrodiil. Charity of Madness, which is Fire, Frost, and Shock, 777%. You get that doing the main quest here in the Shivering Isles. And I've got a lot of stuff to sell. I've been busy. I went with the Madness Ore set. So you can collect Amber or Madness Ore to make Amber Armor or Madness Armor. But I've got the boots, the chest plate, the gauntlets, and the greaves here. As you can see, they're pretty wild looking. It's the closest I could find or think of that would be just dark, evil, heavy armor. It is heavy, right? Yeah. And then, before I even went to the Shivering Isles, I went hunting for a Necromancer hood. So we're staying true to our roots there. That's probably one I will enchant as soon as I get back to Cyrodiil. With what, I don't know yet. I'm wearing the Ring of Happiness. I'd say if you were the Lord of Madness, you would need a Ring of Happiness. That's a little side quest here. I have a video of my favorite side quest. Go check it out. It tells you how to get that. But my weapon, Shadow Rend, and I absolutely love it. You get it doing this quest line as well. When you fight your Shadow Double, and it is epic. So it damages health on strike 10 points, and then weakness to magic on strike 15%, which is perfect for this character because he's a blend of magic and melee. My primary offensive spell as of right now, which we will increase this now that we are done here and can go back and create our own spells, is the Glimpse of Death. It does a solid 60 damage over a few seconds, and it's really strong. You can get it and several summoning spells from Crucible. Right here, there's a shop called Earl's Mysteries, I believe, and he sells some pretty basic spells there. All the summoning you could want, but my primary summon is the Decrepit Shambles. So it's just like the Shivering Isles undead, and I really thought that was cool and appropriate for this character. As for the stats, so we went with Orc. The Birth Sign, since I knew I wanted to be pumping a lot of my stats when I leveled up into strength and a little bit into endurance, I thought we were going to need a big boost to magicka right off the bat. So I went with the Apprentice to get the 100 points of magicka. The downside obviously is weakness to magic 100%, which should never really be a problem unless you're doing something like the Mages Guild quest line. That might hurt you pretty good. Yeah, class Death Knight. We're at level 13 right now. This character levels up fast. For attributes, we have 100 strength, so we've already got that capped out. That's one I've leveled up almost every single time. Intelligence up to 82. Willpower 63. Now, I'm going to explain this in so I decided a higher intelligence was much more important than willpower, because once you cast your spells, you're not defenseless like a straight spellcaster would be. You've got your heavy armor and your big axe, or if you go with blade, sword. You can make a madness two-handed sword, so maybe you can go with blade if you wanted to do that instead. I didn't level up agility any, or speed, personality, or luck. Endurance was my other stat I focused on a lot. So endurance, intelligence, and strength were my primary three. Willpower came in fourth. For the major skills for this quest, I went with armor, because if you're going to be wearing a full set of heavy armor and a weapon, you know, that's pretty much essential. Block, I don't know why I always go with block. I knew I wasn't going to be using a shield with this character, but I picked block anyway, and it's I don't know, I've used it very little. This character is extremely offensive. Blunt made it up to 61, but heavy armor, conjuration, destruction, and illusion. And I went with illusion for the paralysis, silence, and frenzy. I thought that would be the way to go with a Death Knight. Some changes you can make if you wanted to swap out blunt for blade. You know, that's appropriate. You could take away block and perhaps get mysticism for soul trapping. And yeah, that's about the only differences I would make. Maybe if you preferred blade, swap blunt for blade, and then maybe swap block for mysticism, or swap illusion for mysticism. However you wanted to roleplay this character. I've got a lot I want to still do with this one. I'm not finished with him yet. Like I said, I wanted to make some spells and make some enchantments, and possibly even do some quest lines in Cyrodiil. But yeah, I don't think I murdered anybody the entire time. Fame 1. That's crazy. I'm literally the Daedric Prince of Madness. Where is murder? People kill. Oh no, don't look at that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure where to find murder. I'll spend forever looking for it. There we go. Murders 4. Okay, I have killed people. I'm sure they were accidental, got in my line of sight, but whatever. So one thing I want to point out about this armor is, you know, it's not black like the Madness Ore is. So that's always disappointing. I always felt like this armor should have been black armor, and yeah, so that's a little disappointing. But for this character, it unintentionally makes a lot of sense. You can't see it in this lighting really, but I gave him kind of like a really dark orangish tint to his skin. You really can't see it with the hood on. He just looks like the devil. He looks evil. And so this armor really fits the character. I named him Demog Rustkin. So I was role playing it as if there was a clan of orcs that were all brown skinish, or copper skin, I should say, kind of like rust. And this armor is kind of perfect for that, really. So yeah, it unintentionally worked out. Doing this quest line also gives you the voice of Sheogorath. I'm not really sure what it does, to be honest with you. It doesn't tell you. I guess you gotta figure it out. But I guess that's what Google's for. But yeah, Black Knight, or Death Knight, however you wanted to say it, is a wicked build. It's almost like playing on easy mode, if we're being honest. I haven't snuck any, I don't think, since I played this character. I haven't needed to, between just bashing people down in the beginning and then later on summoning and destruction magic combined with your bashing. You're just unstoppable. You get you a few good enchantments with shield or something and combine it with this heavy armor, and there's nothing that's going to stand in your way. But yeah, guys, if you have any comments on how you would like to build a Death Knight or a Black Knight, just let me know. Or if you have a better armor that would be better suited for this character, let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.